So I had to talk about artists versus AI in this video. Few things you should know about me is that I'm a creative person. I love shooting, editing and videos. I love writing, I love drawing, I love crocheting on the side. I love trying digital art. I'm no professional in drawing or digital art, but I do draw. And now that I see AI all over the internet, and even in so many places, it's on the billboards, we have got AI models that are realized. One thing that enrages me the most related to AI and its use is using AI for creativity. Any kinds of creativity, whether you take it for writing books or poems or novels or short stories, or sometimes when influencers use it for their scripts, whether it is using AI for drawing or making pictures or videos. As a creative person myself, I know that creativity is deeply human and it comes from right from the heart, I would say. It's the brain that translates what the heart feels into words or into the strokes or into the colors, the cinematic captures that you guys see, that the others see other than the creative person. So it's our brain that is the kind of like a translator, but it is our heart which is the birth giver, which is the center, which is the start of all things creative. And AI does not have that. AI does not have a soul, a consciousness, an experience, its experiences. It does not have beliefs. It does not have feelings or emotions. It does not pour its soul out. It does not have soul, first of all, but it does not pour it out into making those things. The one thing that had enraged me to the point that I seriously wanted to throw my phone right across the room was the Ghibli trend. And I was about to shoot a video related to artists versus AI while around the Ghibli trend was going on, but I ended up shooting and deleting so many videos because I don't know what was going on, but I did not feel like posting anything back then. But right now, if we look at it, the Ghibli trend sucks, sucks. And people used it, and people were like, oh my god, I can finally express my creativity thanks to AI. No. If you need lines of code that just mashes up all the things available on the internet, which was made by other artists, and then mashes it up and makes a ball and throws it at you, that is not you expressing your creativity. And just because you have given the prompt to the AI, it does not mean that it is your creativity. You just give a prompt, and it, like, within seconds, it takes the life's works of different artists from all around the world, and within seconds, it just makes a little mashed ball of it and throws it at you, and you're like, this is so amazing. It is not. When a human being takes inspiration from another artist, that is called taking inspiration. This was completely copying and pasting a man's lifetime of work. And it still somehow did not get to the point of that. And it can never get to the point of that. I don't know what feats AI can achieve in different fields that are repetitive, that are automated, and especially in medical fields, in which I support AI because it can save people's lives. However, when it comes to creativity, no matter what you do, no matter how much money people spend into, the makers of AI spend into trying to make it better for that, or no matter how many trainings you do, no matter how many models you do, no matter how much upgrades you do in that AI, it will never ever be able to make art that really is art, or something that actually does matter, or actually has life within it. You somehow see if it's a picture made by an artist and a picture made by an AI, you don't even need to see whether the figures are mixed up in a way or there is something wrong. All you can see is that there is some eerie, weird, dark feeling to AI things. And I don't know if you guys see it or not, or feel it or not, but whenever I see an AI picture, even if it is perfectly made, seemingly perfectly made, I always feel like there is something wrong with this. Something utterly wrong with this. And it looks so lifeless, it must be AI. And that is how I realize which ones are AI and which ones are not. And I would say again and again, 200 times, 1,000 times, that a badly made human art is far, 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 far better than a perfected AI generated piece of shit. It's not art when it's AI generated. And now this brings me to generated versus created. The difference of the words in themselves tells you that AI generates, humans create. You know, when someone creates, whether it's someone taking a photograph, someone taking a video, someone making drawings or sketches or paintings, someone writing a book or a novel or a short story or poems, someone doing anything creative, it starts with noticing and feeling. People notice what's around them. They associate a feeling with that, and then they bring it to paper or canvas or the digital version, that's the videos and the photos. People notice what other people have made before them, and they feel connected to it in some way or the other. So they make a version, another version of that, taking inspiration of that, and then remake it. There is always a connection. It starts with noticing that there's emotions felt related to that, a connection made, and then that takes form of a life in pages or in canvas. It's not just copying and pasting. It's not disregarding and disrespecting someone else's work. Because what happened was the Ghibli trend was a complete disrespect. A complete disrespect. If I were the artist, I don't know what I would have done. I don't know. I seriously do not know. This is so disrespectful. And it's like whatever you spent on something is completely erased just because. Then through the process of making, the process of creating. So when a human being creates, they are continuously trying to, it's like you see something very blurry in front of you and you feel like it's so perfect. You feel a beauty, you feel a connection to it. And you are now all you can do is like think of that thing, continue to see that thing and try to see it clearly. Try to do things to make it clearer. And that is how stories take form. That is how paintings take form. Or maybe they do tell the real life stories or experiences of people that are doing that. An artist pours not only the time they have, but also their hearts, their souls, their feelings into it. It's not only the feelings that the artist was going through when they were actually experiencing that thing, but it is the feelings that the artist writer goes through while bringing it forth to a physical form that can be seen by people. I read a book named Writing Down the Bones, and while it is telling about how humans should add their emotions and feelings and not just polished words to the writings, let it be messy and things like that. So when she was talking about this, we all know it was written back when AI was not there, but when I read that, there was a connection formed in my brain. And this is the thing where she says that when you make a cake, what do? You take flour, you take sugar, you take milk, eggs, cocoa powder, vanilla essence, whatever kind of cake you're making. You take all the ingredients and you mix it all up and you put it, and then you see why is it still batter? Where is the cake? When you heat the cake is when the cake takes form. And the heat is the passion, the love, the feelings, even if there's complete resentment related to something when an artist is making that. Or there is the sense of longing for something. There is this sense of missing something or loving something to so much that the artist is going crazy behind it. That is the heat that makes the batter into the cake. And now again, in writing down the bones, it was a different thing. But when I saw that, this is the connection I made to see something that is truth today. What she said was that after the cake is made, the milk does not recognize it as its baby because it looks nothing like the milk and things like that. What I created of this is that when an artist draws inspirations from different sources, different artists, from their surroundings, what it is like is that it's like mixing milk. It's like an inspiration for one artist. Eggs, it's like something they got from their nature. Flour, something that they had experienced in the past. Sugar, maybe something that came to their brain out of nowhere. And then they mix it all, and then they bake it, and there is that cake. Now this cake not only does have the inspiration from one person, from one experience, from one surrounding, but it has the passion of the artist that made it. It has the viewpoint of the artist that made it. But when it is an AI generated slop, it is just, a watered down version of milk. It's like if you take milk and add a lot of mud water to it. In fact, even the drainage water to it and mix it all together. So the milk was actually the inspiration taken from an artist's real work, and the mud water is the lack of feelings, the lack of time, the lack of concentration of AI, and instead of a pretty beautiful, smells good, tastes good cake, it's just shit. People who make AI, who are, the makers and the owners of these AIs that are out there and are being used for creativity, will never say shit about it. Will never. Why? Because the Ghibli trend itself, it gives so much money to ChatGPT. And they want their money. This is the capitalist society we are living in, okay? And while there are people like us who are always enraged when someone's work is disrespected, and who fear for what if our own work is disrespected too, or who fear for what if by the time that we complete our work, it does not matter because there is already so much AI art around. No, it is AI slop around, not art. It is. I don't have a lot of stupid words in my head, but it's all the worst of the things. It's never art. And they will not say it ever, because as I said, when we do feel, we feel the hurt, we feel the anger for someone's work that is being used, we feel the hurt, we feel the anger, we feel the fear for what will happen for our futures as an artist. They do not feel that same thing, because all that they feel is even more want for money. They want their money. They don't care what you feel like, how many years, how many emotions, how much of your soul you put into that work. They don't care. All they care about is whether they are earning from it or not. I swear to God, if I was an AI owner, because see, I'm the kind of person who does not go completely against. As I said, in some fields, AI can be really good, especially in medical fields where it saves lives. But if I was somehow related to it, and if I would have said the same Ghibli trend going around, I would have shut people up about it. I would have completely removed the image creation feature, because that is a disrespect to an artist. And that is just one example. So much more is happening and will continue to happen if we continue using it. It's just so fun, it's not that big of a deal. No, it is a big of a deal. Ask the man who created it. Ask the authors who have gotten their work stolen behind their backs to train AI. Ask the person who spent their time, their energy, who gave all of their love, all of their everything they had to the piece that they created. Ask them. Ask them if it is a big deal or not. And they will tell you, as I do, it is a big deal. And we need to stop